Today we are driving the 2025 Toyota Crown Signia Limited, but as always, let me give you a brief tour of the car before we get it out on the road. The Crown Signia is known as Toyota's latest addition to the SUV lineup, and stylistically it looks pretty good. You get a body-colored grille, fully LED headlights, and on the side you're going to get these gray 21-inch alloy wheels. The mirrors are going to be fully loaded on this top limited model. They will have heating, blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and power folding. There is some chrome that runs along the bottom of the windows, and stepping back to look at the profile, you're going to see that this is a pretty long car, substantially longer than the RAV4 and just a little bit shorter than the Highlander. The wheels in the back will match the front, and you'll see that the chrome will swing up just a little bit. And taking a look at the back, you'll see that the Crown Signia has a light bar, just like the Lexus RX. To open up the trunk, there is a standard kick sensor on the limited model. Behind the seats is 25.8 cubic feet of space, which is substantially less than the RAV4. But once you fold down the seats, you'll get 68.8, which is a little bit more than the RAV4. There are cubbies on both sides and a standard cargo cover. To fold down the seats, there are going to be levers on both sides, which is super convenient. Now let's take a look at the back seats and see what these are all about. Starting with the door panel, you'll find some leather all over the place, even though it is hard to see because we have black leather on today's model. There is a button to heat your seats, a lot of bronze accents, and a good amount of storage at the bottom. These seats are super comfortable and they have some nice detailing. There's a large drive shaft hump, and you'll find more bronze accents in the middle, 2 cup holders with the armrest, and 2 USB-C ports. Now it's time to check out the front. The Crown and Crown Signia are 2 very luxurious products in the Toyota lineup, and I think the Crown Signia specifically matches up very nicely with the $52,000 price tag. On the door panel, there is a lot of leather, bronze accents, memory seats, and storage at the bottom. The seats are going to be very comfortable with 10 ways of power adjusting, and you get nice accents for the limited model. Getting inside is pretty easy, and I don't think anybody will have any issues with that. To start it up, put your foot on the brake and push the button. The Crown Signia carries Toyota's latest design in the gauge cluster, and as you can see, when you change the drive modes, you'll have some nice animations. The steering wheel is very nicely leather wrapped with bronze accents, and it's also heated. The materials are very nice here. You get leather red through here, a very nice bronze accent like you've been seeing through the rest of the car, some gloss black, this glossy gray material, and there is a wireless phone charger. Storage is also pretty good. You get 2 cup holders here, a little cubby in front of that, 2 USB-C ports, and when you open up the center console, there is a lot of space in there. The nice thing is that you can open it from both sides. For the climate controls, they will remain physical, and for the heated and ventilated seats, you really have to push them or else they will not register. There's dual zone on every Crown Signia model, and the heated steering wheel control is actually in the middle here. You can use the infotainment system if you would like. This is Toyota's latest audio multimedia system. You get an 11-speaker JBL sound system, and you also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There are a lot of settings to play with, which was not available on the old infotainment system. When you put the car in reverse, you'll find a very high-resolution backup camera with a 360-degree view. When you put it in drive, there is an automatic camera that pulls up with wheel shots and a front view. There is also active trajectory. To put it in park, there is a button right there, and up top you'll find the digital rearview mirror and a large panoramic sunroof that is fixed in place. I don't know about you, but I am ready to get this new Toyota Crown Signia out on the road. So let's wrap up this brief tour and get on the road. Alright you guys, we are going to kick off this driving review with 2 acceleration tests. Let's talk about the powertrain here. The Crown Signia comes exclusively as a hybrid, so you get a 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine, making 240 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. All of that is mated to an eCVT transmission, and fuel economy is very good because this is a Toyota hybrid at 39 miles per gallon in the city, 37 on the highway, and 38 combined. Let's see that acceleration test. To be honest, that's not going to be that good. And if you're really looking for performance, you're not really going to find it in the Crown Signia. I don't really understand why there are paddle shifters either, because this is an eCVT transmission. There aren't really any gears to choose from, so why would you have paddle shifters? Anyway, if you want to have a little bit more performance, maybe look at the competition like the Subaru Outback XT or a Honda Passport. I think you'll find a little bit more with those. But if you really want fuel economy and just okay performance, I think the Crown Signia would be the way to go. Because as far as I know, this is the only hybrid in the segment, and 39 miles per gallon in the city is pretty good. Let's talk about the transmission. This is an eCVT, and I know a lot of people don't like them, but they are very smooth. You're not going to feel the shifts because it doesn't really shift. Now, it's going to make some unpleasant noises if you're really going hard on the throttle, but I think that after a while, most people are going to get used to it, and most people are probably going to be okay with having it around. Of course, it's going to have a little bit of a drony sound because it's not going to be shifting, but it's going to be very smooth. And the reason why the Crown Signia has 38 miles per gallon combined is because of this eCVT transmission. Now let's move on to the topic of ride quality. The Crown Signia has a very nice ride quality, as you would expect for $52,000. This is on the nicer side of Toyota products, and I think that how this rides matches that very well. Of course, it's not going to be anywhere near the Lexus RX, because the Lexus RX is just on a whole another level than this Crown Signia. But this Crown Signia is very close to Lexus levels of ride quality. Even over all these blemishes in the road, it's still going to be a very solid performer when it comes to ride quality. I think that you'd be very comfortable inside this cabin, whether it would be on your commute or on a long road trip. I think that Toyota did a pretty good job as far as the ride quality is concerned, especially because the Crown Signia features 21-inch wheels, which is larger than normal for a Toyota SUV. As far as wind noise is concerned, there's not going to be too much of it coming in. I'd say that it is on par with the rest of the competitors in the class. It's not going to blow your mind away, but it's not something that's going to be intrusive or something that would make you reconsider this car. Another nice thing about the Crown Signia is how nice it is on the inside. I wouldn't really expect this from a Toyota product, but I know that the Crown Sedan is the flagship sedan, and the Crown Signia is not the flagship SUV, but it is heavily based upon the Crown Sedan. So they've kind of taken what the Crown Sedan has and put it inside this Crown Signia SUV, and it really makes it a nice place to spend time. You get these bronze accents, you get a lot of leather on the dash and on the door panel. In the second row, you get plenty of space. The seats are very comfortable. They are heated. And just to show that this is a premium Toyota product, not a luxury, but a premium Toyota product, the base model is the XLE, which is usually like the second or third trim level on every other car. So I think that Toyota is trying to make this more of a premium product, even though the Sequoia is going to be much more luxurious on the inside. But for the price, I think that this Crown Signia Limited is quite a bit nicer than a Toyota Highlander Limited. I know that they're very close in size and very close in price, even though the Crown Signia starts at a higher price. I think that this is nicer on the inside. That is going to wrap up today's drive review on this 2025 Toyota Crown Signia. Let me know your thoughts about this car in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.